What you guys, got another video here for you. Microsoft just dropped a huge Windows 11 update. The file is KB5095093. This is a long list of new features that have been added to this update for 24H2 and 25H2 versions of Windows 11. This is the newest preview update released for the month of June 2026. This will be a gradual rollout for the builds that you see on the screen right now for Windows 11 24H2 and Windows 11 25H2. The build numbers are there. Now you should see the preview update. That is an optional update right here, so you can go ahead and install that if you want to get the latest features for this particular release from Microsoft. If you don't see it there, it will gradually be rolled out to you, or you can officially get it from the Microsoft catalog, and I'll show you that in a second. So you can see that is now downloaded, and I can restart the PC. Let me just quickly show you the document here, and I'll leave the link for that in the video description as well. And you can just read through it, and it will tell you basically some of the stuff that is happening with this particular release. Now, we also have the Microsoft catalog page where you can actually download this update. If you don't see it in your list and you can't wait, you can get it from there as well. And it's a simple case of just going over to the Microsoft update catalog and then typing in that number, that KB5095093, and you'll get the options for 24H2 and 25H2 right here, and you can just download them and install it via this method. And it's not just new features that have been added, it's bug fixes and security improvements with this particular release. And here's some of the ones that we're not going to be going over in this video, but I will mention them here, which you can now enter the zoom percentage in the custom value window of your magnifier. Also, printers will now install using the Windows Ready Print. And you've also got the Windows subsystem for Linux, WSL for short, now works better in networking mode. Apps also now scroll smoothly if you're using multiple monitors. For laptops or two-in-ones, there is a new feature that gives you greater control over the right-click zone. The PC should take less time to shut down because they've done some fixes to that as well. And we also have memory management improvements for the PC with more than 32 gigabytes of RAM. And that is for all your AI related processes. Those are just a few that we're not going to be going into in this video, but I'll show you some of the more popular ones that you might be interested in. And that's in the recovery section. And you'll see it right here. It's called Point in Time Restore for Windows. This is a new feature. This is a flexible recovery feature that helps you quickly roll back your PC, including apps and settings and personal files, to a recent automatic restore point. And it helps reduce downtime and simplifies troubleshooting when the issue occurs. And this is it right here. When you turn it on, it's going to basically allow you to configure it the way you like. Once it's enabled, the feature will create a new restore point every 24 hours. The default restore point retention is set to 72 hours, which is 3 days. But if you use Windows 11 Enterprise, you can switch between other options, including 4 hours, 6 hours, and 12 hours and 16 hours, 24 hours and 72 hours. But you can see there's no restore points created yet because I've only just enabled it. So I would have to wait 24 hours and then it would create a restore point right here. But let me just quickly show you what it is and how it works. It works very similar to System Restore. And that's one thing I'd like Microsoft to actually commit to, is rather than just keep creating new features like this, is either do away with the old feature and now use this new feature and phase the other one out instead of leaving them all on the system. But when we get into the recovery section here, we can choose an option called Troubleshoot, and you should see Point in Time Restore. So it's just like your old System Restore. When you get to here, you're going to basically see there's an error because we don't have any restore points. But if there was, you'd be able to choose one and roll back to that point in time. Hopefully I'll be able to test this once it gets past 24 hours, and I'll be able to show you how it actually works. And just like System Restore, you can actually customize how much storage is used for your restore points, just like you could with System Restore. So whether this is a polished version of that or whether it's completely new, I don't know. So now you'll notice when you hover over the actual widget here, it doesn't open automatically. You have to click on it now. So that's one thing they've done. They've also added some other options to the widget. Now, widgets aren't extremely popular with everyone, and I don't use it myself. I just turn it off. But if you do, you can literally click on this and you can customize it to tell it it's not interested and so on. One thing I did notice on the new look, you can't close these off. You can just say I'm not interested, but all it does is just repopulates with another one. So let me just quickly show you here inside the taskbar settings. I just generally turn it off myself. I'll go up to widgets and turn it off because I don't know anyone who actually uses it. But if you do, then it has had quite a bit of customization done to it. So it doesn't look like Microsoft is giving up on its little widget that it's created. It wants to keep that in Windows 11, but it does give you a bit more control over what you can have displayed on it if you do use it. So when you go into the customization here, you'll see you'll be able to customize it a bit more and choose what you want to be displayed on your widget rather than just being pushed with loads of stuff that you're not interested in. You can turn the feed off as well, like so, and it will basically turn off the feed like so, and you can add in some of your own stuff inside here. It's also had an improvement on the response, so it's a little bit more responsive and faster when you're clicking on it, which is also a plus side if you use this little widgets app. Now, another thing that Microsoft have done is actually give people more control over Windows updates. You can now pause Windows updates with this new control. Inside here, there's a little calendar, and you can basically set this the way you like. And all you can do is you can set this up to 35 days. But you will need to come back in here after the 35 days and set it for another 35 days if you want to continually use the paused updates feature forever. You can just keep coming in here and pausing it. Every 35 days, it's not advisable to pause forever, but it gives you the option to hold off from installing Windows updates if there's a problem. Okay, so next, we're going to be taking a look at this area right here in System, and we're going to go to Display, and we're going to be looking at the tint screen. There is a tint screen that they've added to this update now, so it should be pushed out to everyone, and you can toggle this on. If you use Nightlight inside Windows 10 or Windows 11, you'll know that this is a massive upgrade for that. I use it all the time to protect my eyes, but these color filters are something that you can change the strength of and use different filters for different reasons depending on what you're trying to achieve. But it does give you a bit more customization on that tint on the screen to stop the glare or blue light and things like that. Or maybe you've got sore eyes or something like that. It's going to be great for that. Next, they've also done some fixes on the Bluetooth. This has had a much needed upgrade. There's been a lot of issues with people trying to connect certain devices that are Bluetooth and they've not been connecting, but now Microsoft have said that they fixed a lot of those issues with this particular release. So Bluetooth will now remember your microphone mute state when you disconnect and connect the device. AirPods will now appear a lot faster when you're trying to pair them. Windows now offers improved stability for some OEMs, and Bluetooth call quality is now significantly better. They've also done a lot of bug fixes with Bluetooth. Another thing they've done is obviously made File Explorer open up a lot faster. It's a lot more zippier rather than hanging there for a few milliseconds. It seems pretty responsive now. So that's one of the other fixes they've done for File Explorer. So they have fixed several bugs with File Explorer and also patched a bunch of stuff on there as well. Far too many to cover in this video. I'll leave an article to a tech website where you can read the full list of stuff that has been going on, and I'll also leave links for Microsoft's website as well. So we also have improvements in performance in gaming as well. and apps and other things should open up a lot more snappier as well with this particular update. Now, also during the installation in the out-of-box experience, I noticed that they've added little videos in this section right here now, rather than just images, so you can actually play them and see what it's doing. So this is something they've added in. And again, you can always click on update later if you wanted to skip this massive update that goes through during the installation part of Windows. So if you wanted to skip it, you can click update later and then do the update when you get at the desktop if you're impatient and you can't wait for it to update in the out-of-box experience phase. Anyway, that's going to be about it for this video. Let me know your thoughts as always in the comments section down below. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you haven't subscribed yet, then consider subscribing to my channel. And also, I just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. Bye for now.